Hey, Steve Saxon here. And as promised on the last time I was down in my Radio Shack, I did say the next video I do down here would all be about amateur radio. I've only got a CB radio here. I've been using the little audio line 341. No good, it's not an amateur radio. Now I've normally got my little Bayfeng UV5R, one of the most technically advanced amateur radios on the planet. But for this particular video, we're going to need something a little bit better and a little bit more expensive. Now, I didn't happen to have an amateur radio other than my Bayfeng, so what I'm going to do today, I've rounded up all my CB radio gear and I'm going to chop it all in, put a little bit of cash towards it and chop it in for a decent ham radio. So first of all, let's see what I'm going to be dealing and trading today. I'm going to be starting off with my President Lincoln. Now, I've had this Lincoln for absolutely donkey's years, and it's got some buttons missing, look. If you look there, there's some insulation tape where there should be some buttons. But to be honest, it's only like the bloody noise blanket of the PA button, so no bloody, nobody gives a damn about that. It's the unit itself, brilliant. These were made really, really well, and the sound absolutely brilliant on the air. They're very, very good sets. So I've got the President Lincoln, that's going to get chopped in. Also, I'm going to be chopping in my Yeticom Optima Mark III. Now, this little Yeticom Optima, these are very, very, very nice set, these. These are a custom-made set. They're based on the Albrecht 485 and the Magnum 257, but they're made by a specific manufacturer in New Zealand who's supposed to design these radios to be better than all the rest. Now, they're not bad at all, but for FM, they're just a little bit on the pinky side. I'm not keen on them on FM. On sidebands, they'll sound as good as out, but they're just not that nice on FM. They're a little bit quiet mod-wise. But this is a really, really nice example, and I've only had this for about a year or something, and when I got this, it still had the seals on the side. Nobody had even been in it. Now, I got this and I thought, oh, wow, seals. So the first thing I did was I broke the seal and ripped the seal off, because I can't stand having seals outside of radios. It's just stupid. So yeah, the little Optima Yeticom, that's going to be going as well. That's another radio for the trading. Now, you might remember this TTI from the first video I did a couple of weeks ago. Brand spanking new multi-channel CB radio. It's only a tiny little thing, but it's brand new, it's in the box, and you can pick these up for about £50–60 brand new. That's going to get chopped in as well. We've also got the little Format 120 now. I managed to get this working on frequency and nice and aligned. It does everything it should. Although it's still on the high band at the minute, it's not really usable on the FM channels unless you go and tweak it down. I didn't do that, I put it back to box standard. So it's 120 channels, transmitting on the 5s, exactly what it says on the lid. That's what it's supposed to be doing, that's what it does. So I'm also going to chop this little baby in as well. The final radio I'm going to trade in for this superior ham radio that I'm going to hopefully get my hands on later today is a brand spanking new Superstar 6900N. Now, Superstar have had a decent name over the years. Obviously, a lot of you might remember the Superstar 360, the same board as the Cobra 148 GTL. Then also they did the Superstar 3900, tried and tested model. It's survived, it's lasted 30 odd years. They're still making them and selling them today. Brilliant piece of equipment. Now, this is the 6900, very, very similar to the Anytone, Intec, Mass, KP 5000, all that kind of range of radios. They're all exactly the same. It's the latest version. The earlier versions had problems with the sidebands. They didn't sound right at all. They had something wrong with the AGC constants. These versions are moderately acceptable. They perform very, very nice. Now, I got this brand new last year. It's never been out of the box yet. So all still in its original packaging, in the box, an absolutely immaculate spunking radio. So hopefully I'm going to be able to trade in all these radios and get a nice radio ham set to continue making this video with. So this is the big pile of bounty that I'm going to be taking down to my local CB radio dealer, and I'm going to see what he'll give me. Now, I'm just going to do a quick estimate of the price. We've got the Lincoln here. It is missing a couple of buttons, but surely it's still got to be worth £100. It's a good example of a Lincoln, except for the missing buttons. It works absolutely brilliant. Same again with the Yeticom Optima Mark III. And again, I'm going to be asking for about £100 in that. Now, the Superstar 6900N, never been out of the box. Again, £100, so we're up to £300. And then we've got the little TTI and the little Format 120. Whoa, probably about £20 a piece with them. You might even call it 25. So potentially we've got £350 of trading to go and get this amateur radio with. And I've also got a nice wad of cash, cold hard currency in my back pocket, just to back me up a bit more. So I'm going to go down to my local CB radio dealer and see what I can get for all these. Now, when it comes to doing deals on the CB radio, it's something that nearly every breaker does. Everybody's always swapping something, buying something, selling something. It's just what happens on the CB. There's a great big turnaround of equipment, and everybody seems to be buying one thing, selling one thing, trading one thing in against each other. So it's very important that you find yourself a very, very reliable CB dealer. Now, my local CB dealer is Christopher Smuggler. He only lives a couple of miles down the road, so I'm going to get myself down there now. He's got an Icom 706, he wants £600 for it. Now, you might think that's expensive for a 706, but apparently this Icom 706 Mark II G, it's been bought from brand new, and it's been placed in the cupboard, and it's never even been out of the box, so it really should be a brand spanking new, pristine Icom 706 Mark II G. Anybody who knows the salt will tell you that an Icom 706 Mark II G is one of the best time-tested radio sets, shack in a box if you like, covers everything, does everything, one of the best that you can get. So I'm going to go down there now with some cold hard currency in my pocket, big pile of radios here, and see if I can manage to tempt the old smuggler's arm. I won't be long, I'll be back in a bit. Right, so I've just got back, and I must admit, I'm very, very excited, because I took all them radios down, and shall I start again? I'll start again, shall I? Do you want me to start again? Yeah, right. So I'm very, very excited. I've been down to Smugglers, my local CB radio dealer, and I took all them equipment, £350 of radio equipment, and £250 cash, and I've managed to get my hands on a brand spanking new Icom 706 Mark II G in the box. Now, they've not made these for about 10, 15 years, maybe. I don't know when the last ones were made. This one was bought, one of the last ones made. It was bought and put away under a bed, and nobody's ever used it. Now, Smuggler managed to get his hands on this from Darren number 4. It belonged to Darren number 4, who sold it to Smuggler, and Smuggler's had it kicking about down at his house for a couple of days. I got wind that he was selling it. I couldn't turn down the opportunity to get my hands on a real 706 Mark II G, which is obviously a full shack in a box. It's got the HF, the VHF and the UHF. Perfect radio for doing an amateur radio video like what this is. So, we're going to crack on with the unboxing of this Icon. I'm very, very, very excited, like I say, so I've not had one of these for a long time, and I've certainly not had one of these to this specification. So, first out of the box is the Icon instruction manual, and I might have to give that a bit of a read later at some point, so I'll be looking at that, and let's get this, see what's in this bit first. I would expect the power lead and the microphone to be in here. Let's have a look what we've got. So it comes with, here's the microphone, and a DM101 with a slider on the front. So that's the microphone that comes with the Icon. I'm not quite sure where the original microphone is, but nevertheless, the old DM101A with the slider on the front, very, very good microphone, and obviously it's got the 5-pin DIN plug that obviously must go onto the Icon. So, right, there's that there, and what else have we got in here? We've got a stereo jack plug. Not quite sure what that's doing in there. Probably just a freebie. And a little bit of a stubby lead. I'm not quite sure what all this is. There's some fuses and some bits and some... I'll have to get the manual out to see what all them bits are about. So let's get on to the radio itself. The unboxing of the actual radio. Now, like I say, it's not had no use, this radio. It's all still in the wrapper. It's all still in the cellophane and in the box and stuff, so I'm just put all this box down here for now, and we're going to get out the Icon. Now, the Icon 706 Mark II G, like I've already said, it's HF, VHF and UHF. It covers everything. Now these radios, these, what's it say on top there? Oh, it's got a sticker on top saying Icon. It's got a little sticker saying Icon, and for some reason it doesn't say Icon on front. Hold on a second, I might be going bloody blind. Let me give me bloody glasses a wipe down. No, it definitely doesn't say Icon on the front. It might have had a different front, this Icon. So, I don't reckon much to bloody power lead on it as well. Supposed to be brand new, this. Bloody insulation tape on it and stuff. The bloody hell have I got here? Colt 295 it says on front. Look at that. Just check, because my eyesight's atrocious. That definitely says Colt 295 though, doesn't it? Hold on. I'm going to have to make a phone call. Something's gone. I've got a very, very sneaky suspicion that something's gone wrong here. I'm going to have to ring the guy up. Now then.
Hello?
Is that you, Chris? Chris?
Hello?
Yeah, it's Steve Saxon here, mate.
Go on, Steve.
I've just got back with this radio and I've just took it out of the box, this Icom. And I don't know whether you've been messing about with front on it or what have you, but it says Colt 295 up front instead of Icom.
What do you mean it don't say Icom? Well, when that radio left here, there was an Icom 706 in it.
Ah, it says Icom up bloody box and it says Icom up manual, but the radio itself says Colt 295.
If there happens to be a Colt 295 in it, what can I do about that, buddy? It's not to do with me.
It says Colt 295, where's the bloody Icom?
What do you mean it's a Colt 295, Steve?
Let's have a look. It's definitely not in the box, Chris.
What can do about it, mate? The deal's been done. Over.
I'm supposed to be doing a bloody video on amateur radio here.
I'm very, very sorry about that, Stephen.
Well, as long as you're sorry, I guess that's all we can do, isn't it? If you're just saying you're sorry and you're not, I'll be very, very disappointed.
Buddy, yeah, I'm very, very sorry indeed.
Well, we'll leave it at that then for now, Chris.
Hey, Big Steve, no problem, mate.
Bye.
Catch you.
I don't know what to do. I wonder if it works. Don't even picking work. Do you ever get feeling that something's just not quite right? I think we're going to have to postpone this video, aren't we? What do you reckon? Till we get an amateur radio? We're going to have to, aren't we? Yeah. Now, unfortunately, there's been a little bit of a complication, and as a result of this complication, we're going to have to delay this video on amateur radio. I get the feeling it's not Steve Saxon's day today, but at least I didn't shit myself, that's a bonus. So obviously I've not been able to carry out what I wanted to do today. I was wanting to make a video on ham radio. Obviously I'm a licensed radio ham, I have been for a while. I've got a G4 call sign, one of the old ones. I'm not going to give me call sign out on video. I've had it for donkey's years. I actually inherited the call sign from an uncle of mine who was a radio ham who passed away. I applied for his call sign, the old G4. No, I'm not going to give the entire call sign. I don't want every bugger, Tom, Dick and Harry, looking me up on QRZ.com, etc. But basically I was going to make this radio ham video today. I was going to explain about all the radio ham bands, you know, how to operate, how to be a functioning radio ham, and some of the things about getting your licence and some antenna theory. And obviously to do that I needed a demonstration radio, and I put all my eggs in one basket, so to speak. I traded in 350 quid worth of equipment and £250 cash, and I thought I was getting an Icom 706. I didn't check it when I went down there, just handed it over. He didn't check none of my radios. I didn't feel the need to check this one. I didn't get it out of the box. Maybe in hindsight I should have got it out of the box, but I didn't. And I've always trusted the guy, and you know, to be honest, I don't think it'll ever stop me trading with him. And I don't want anybody else to let this episode stop you trading with him. He's a really, really nice guy, smuggler. Obviously I phoned him up and he was quite understanding on the phone. At the end he apologised and he said he was sorry. There's nothing he could do about it. I understand that, I'll take that point of view. There's not much he can do about it now, the deal's been done. Will it stop me from dealing with him in the future? No, probably not, because he's one of the boys. He's one of the lads, everybody likes him. And it's just one of those things. And I suppose the moral of the story is... well, I don't really know. I don't know if there is a moral to the story or not, but I don't know. I don't really know what to say, so just one of them things, isn't it? Just one of them things. I suppose in the grand scheme of things, having £600 in a Colt 295, it's not the worst thing, you know. I would have been a lot more pissed off if I'd have had £600 in a Danita 1240 or an old Lafayette or something like that. I would have been really, really distraught. The fact that it's a Colt 295, it's not all's lost, you know. Overall, I'm more disappointed because I can't do this video. I mean, the Colt itself, I'm sure it's a remarkable radio. You know, I'm sure it'll live up to its £600 price tag. You never know, one day I might get my money back for it. You know, you just never know. Stranger things have happened. So on that note, thanks for watching, guys. If I come across an ham radio in the future, if I do manage to get hold of a real amateur radio, then I'll pick up where we left off and we'll crack on with this video.